sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, this is Ripper here because you're doing fantastic today. Got a fun video now talking about asymmetric battles. Yes, with this new release and update, they have brought out the asymmetric battle platform with the similar game mode that I really enjoy is Unbreakable Line. And I'll show you kind of what the differences are as to which one I enjoy more. I did enjoy Asymmetric Line. I thought Asymmetric Line was a nice breath of fresh air that, you get to basically, just like the thumbnail shows, you're basically clubbing baby seals. You're always kind of like, I would say, over-tiered, up-tiered, about 2 maybe roughly. And you have way better guns and everything like that compared to what you're actually bringing to the fight. And it's pretty interesting, but we'll take a look at it as always. But before we get into, like, subscribe, bell button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. If you see the value of what we're doing here today, thanks for stopping by. Let us know how you think. And if not, I just hope you have a great time enjoying the video, sailing ships, shooting ships, and learning something at the same time, as well as making friends. And if you see me out there, make sure you say hello. So let's get right to it. All right, we're in the Schlieffen, one of my favorite battleships of all time, really just because of the secondary firepower. And that's why, I don't know, excuse me, I don't know about you, but I joined for the secondary firepower. I just like watching these little guns firing, guns blazing, main caliber shells blasting. When you see those cinematic videos, that's what drew me, is the cinematic footage of battleships like going brawling close in quarters, guns firing, blazing, AA guns all firing, flat clouds going. That's what really drew me into World of Warships, and I really like to see that and actually employ that. That's exactly why I play the game back in the day when I first joined. I was not a destroyer player at the beginning. I was really a battleship player. I saw ships like the Massachusetts firing all its main guns, and its secondaries. That's what really drew me, is the USS Massachusetts, and that was really incredible. Now we have the Schlieffen, as you can see, guns all over this thing. Like you see, look, like basically secondary guns just lined with this bad boy right here, and they pinned the threshold of 32 mil, and very, very fun. We're also playing with the good old Libertad right here, also secondary king as well. Look at the guns all over this thing, and basically it has kind of like a Goliath strapped to its side. That's how I compare it. Look at the size of these secondaries. Oh my gosh. Very, very awesome. But anyway, let's get to the action here right off the bat firing. So what is asymmetric battles, and why is it so much fun? Well, asymmetric battles basically pins you up against 5 versus, what, 12? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, basically you're reduced teammates. However, you are up tiered by 2 roughly. So if you see, if we have a tier 9, then the lowest it goes is tier 7. And then you're going against 12 bots, basically. And you notice the other team is mostly just like a, AI. And let's see here. And boom, he goes down. Baltimore goes down. The AI is basically running these ships. Now, I don't know if they've improved the AI or whatnot and make these ships a little bit more, I would say, smarter or less dumb, however you want to think of it. But you would think it'd be pretty cool, and maybe they've upgraded their systems to make them more, I would say, human-like. But I guess you can tell by just based on the footage here how these ships are sailing. I mean, they're actually W keying in, kind of similar to Unbreakable Line, but that's why asymmetric is so fun. People are actually brawling and shooting and engaging. However, with these bots, the way they're acting, most human players would not act like this, and you could just say this is kind of like co-op on steroids. But again, you're up-tiered, or you are the up tier. You can basically just pick a lot of brawling ships, I've noticed. Destroyers can be fun. I've played this with destroyers. I may play one with Druid again, just to show you what it's like. But I'm really enjoying it with the battleships these days, because I really don't play battleships anymore because of the whole carrier subs and everything like that being basically throttle creeping the crap out of battleships these days, but the meta doesn't support it. But in these modes, asymmetric battles, you're literally just going around clubbing baby seals and just destroying and having fun. Just going in there, testing out angles, angling. It's almost very good practice to see how would I angle against a human player, how would I mitigate damage from a human player, how would I position my ships against a real battle, and to see how my ship would play out and kind of like test drive it and see how it would work. It's Splash 2 right there. And again, we're just trying to see what are the mechanics of the game, what are the mechanics of my ship that I picked. It's a great way to kind of test out different strategies, mechanics, and so forth. If you haven't taken a ship out in randoms or whatever, this is kind of a mode that kind of lets you play around with it. And it may not be too realistic because you're not going up against your kind of equivalency of, like I say, a Schlieffen versus Schlieffen, but you're going against like, what, tier 8 Bismarck against Schlieffen. Not really a fair fight. We outdo them in HP and firepower. So Yeah, it, again, it's really just to have fun, really, and that's what World of Warships all about. What is this like for you? I mean, do you enjoy this? Let us know in the comments below. Do you enjoy this kind of game mode? Should wargaming make this kind of a perma mode? I believe this is I kind of think of it as a better version of co-op. I like this a little bit more, but again, that's up to you if you want to play co-op to see if co-op is a little bit more balanced because you're kind of matched up with the same kind of quality of ship. I don't know. It's up to you. This is more for just pure mindless enjoyment of just W keying in, kind of see how your ship moves. Look, I still got an angle because, look, I'm taking major hits from Hawks, the Bismarck. You got to make sure you still don't throw your ship away. And you just want to kind of see if you can outlast the onslaught. And really, it's kind of like zombie mode in Call of Duty, where you're just you and a teammate is just kind of holding the fort, seeing if you can outlast a massive swarm of people. Look at that Citadel shot right there, practicing. Again, not too realistic because I'm going up against a tier 8 Hawk. Not very fair right there, but anyways, we're enjoying this. All right, so I've got myself angled left and right there, and yep, pretty interesting. Our team just obliterates the crap out of everybody on the left and the right there. Now we got the Bismarck here. Not very fair fight. This is kind of a lower tier sister kind of ship, the German battleship Secondary. Bismarck back in the day was touted as a great secondary ship. People used to pick it a lot. Now it's kind of been, I feel it's been power crept. I mean, Bismarck was the ship in history, right, guys? I mean, there's so many videos about it, but doesn't really live up to the hype in World of Warships these days because the unrealistic avenues of playstyle not very conducive for Bismarck action right here. Notice our secondary guns are just blasting and melting. Like, all right, look, we take another shot right there. Again, just mindless, endless fun of just nonstop shooting. And, yeah, pretty short video today. I just wanted to show you what asymmetric battles all like. Maybe this is fun for you if you enjoy it a lot. I mean, try out your secondary builds. Try out your new cruiser builds. Maybe if you like to practice destroyer gunboat play, this might be the mode for you. But I think it's okay. Somebody brought a Valparaiso in here. A Valparaiso definitely busted for this mode. There's no way. I actually brought it in. Actually, let me just show you. Actually, I tried to play it in a match, and I'll actually play a Valparaiso. I think it's kind of busted, overpowered, but you can die if your teammates don't help you out. So we'll take a look at it real quick. Okay, we got Valparaiso here, and again, this is the most busted ship in the game right now, just being able to zombie heal your way back into oblivion. But again, if you don't play it right, you can screw up like you're going to see right here. Look at this, 12 ships of tier 8 versus a tier 9 and 10. But again, just because you outrank something or up tier something, and you have a busted ship like Valparaiso, doesn't mean that you can't screw this thing up. Now, Valparaiso, the counter to it is basically it's a very, very bad hull. It's built on, in my personal opinion, a very, very weak hull design. So you're not really getting the most, I would say, bulky ship. And I can't think of the name of the ship right now that it's based off of. But yeah, look at this. We're going up against... Now, if my GK behind me isn't able to help me out and kill other ships fast enough, then it's me versus the world at this point. And you can see right here, it's just... It can be pretty rough and brutal. And I was just showing full broadside. I just want to see, can I show full broadside and survive against tier 8s right here? And see if the secondaries can outlast. They start amazing fires, but however, if you're too close in, the secondaries on any ship, honestly, will just pen I would say the armor belt or the hull itself, and not actually pin the superstructure, which is what the secondaries are designed to pin. They're only there to pin like roughly around 19mm superstructure areas, right? But if you're hitting the main armor belt and everything on some of these big ships and armored ships, you're just going to shatter and not going to do anything other than start fires, and that's what their bread and butter really is to start a lot of fires. Look at that, taking massive hits right there. North Carolina actually proving to be one of the strongest hulls right now to fight against. I mean, I was struggling to actually kill this North Carolina, and I would think I would burn it down, but I would have to separate myself some distance. Notice the secondaries go out to 12 kilometers, but me pushing in this close with the GK, you would think they would actually pin it. But again, this is just literally clubbing baby seals, seeing if I can survive. Look at that massive... that is my mistake right there. So now, and taking another cell, 2 Citadel damages, and I'm still alive. So zombie mode right here. Basically a video of what you should not do, and I'm trying to see if I can push the limits to Valparaiso. Now, what do I have to gain for showing broadsides? At first, I was going, well, because I want to show all my secondary guns. I only got 4 of them. Now, if I cut my or angle in, I'm cutting my secondary DPM in half because why? I have to angle the angles on the secondary guns on the Valparaiso are very atrocious. You really got to expose so much of your broadside main hull. And it really is just not a... and look, we're getting another Citadel shots from the Zeton on the Bravo area. So, man, But if you can tell, I'm not dead yet. I mean, the amount of firepower this thing can absorb is redonkulous. If I can absorb this many citadels from tier 8s, and here's a great video, an example of why the secondary shells are just hitting the armor belt right there and not really pinning anything, and really not doing much outside of just fireworks show. Another citadel. Oh my god, I think I've taken literally like 4 citadels right there. But again, look, zombie ship coming back to life. Literally, I'm literally frantically hitting the heal buttons, the F buttons, bringing everything back to life just to stay alive. And I'm just relying on the secondaries there. I'm just wondering, will my secondaries actually kill this thing for me? We're up to about 300 plus secondary hits. Now, this is where the secondaries actually shine, about 11 kilometer to 12 kilometer range. Now there's actually plunging into the citadel of a ship and getting more of that superstructure damage, and then also starting fire. So this is where that bread and butter of the Valparaiso shines in that aspect. But outside of that, man, the hull's design as a Vanguard. That's the name of the battleship. It's a Vanguard hull, which I think is probably one of the worst hull designs for a battleship. Just being able to expose too much of your waterboard, your hull. It doesn't provide. I mean, look at the back of my ship there. If you just look at the back, it looks like just a flat polygon. Just looks like a Minotaur almost, a kind of design. It's just like, ugh. Very disgusting. I don't like it. I like more of that sleek edge of the Libertad. I like the more sleek edge of the USS battleship line. It just seems a little bit more survivable. But as you can see here, we're almost using all our heals just to survive the onslaught here. I guess the bread and butter of the Valparaiso really is to nose in and get the secondaries firing on both sides, so that way you get 4 sets of secondary firing rather than just 2 on one side. So really being this nose in and shooting both sides of your secondary guns kind of plays into a factor. And again, you're going to notice a North Carolina angled away is really tough to kill, actually, surprisingly. And let's see, we can just speed this up. Yeah, this pretty much is just a secondary brawl fest. I'm speeding the video up just to, kind of get the monotonous out of there. I'm running out of things to talk about of this thing. But Asymmetric Battles, let me know what you think. Yeah, it's just like there. This is kind of how you would play the Valparaiso, just kind of angled in, getting only maybe 2, maybe 3 sets of secondary guns. You can see the 297s are from the secondary, so again, pinning that superstructure area will get you that 297. I'm not sure why I wasn't able to kill this guy, because I think TLDR, this guy really survives a lot. Man, this North Carolina has a lot of great heals or some healing ability. Look, his HP is going up for some dang reason. Really, really well. It's almost like he's got a kind of a super heal or something. But I was surprised. Now, this is where I got in too close, and the secondaries weren't doing as much of effective damage as I would like it to do. I was showing way too much full broadside right here. And he's only using a back turret, which I thought was hilarious. So he's at 34,000 health right here. We actually, I think, lose this battle, because I started losing too many teammates. Now it's for 3 versus 3, and I'm just trying to melt this guy with secondaries. He's down to 16,000 health. Dang, nice shot with the back turret. Back turret, best turret, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. He's down to 5,000 health. You would think I would kill this guy, right? He's healing again. Look at that. His heals are incredible. And here goes that final shot. Oh, my goodness. He's getting help from the Zeton behind me. I lose my GK. We die there. And I actually think we lose this battle. So crazy. But, hey, you can't lose these games. I'm telling you, sometimes these asymmetric battles can be challenging if your teammates aren't there. But let's see if they actually win this game. I want to see if my team actually can pull this through. But yeah, that is Asymmetric Battles in a nutshell, guys. What do you think? Do you want to play this? Is it fun? Is it better than Unbreakable Line? I think it's just nonstop sheer fighting and blowing. Oh, yeah, we actually win. Thank goodness. My gosh. Our team actually pulled through 19 fires. Look at that. Crazy, crazy scores right there. But I think it's fun for kind of mindless, endless, just shooting bots kind of thing. I think it plays better than co-op. I think it lasts longer than co-op. So that's why I think it plays as a better solution to the problem. But again, what do you think? I still think Unbreakable Line's awesome. I like Asymmetric Battles. I think it's a nice breath of fresh air. Bill will be at the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you see me out there, make sure you say hello. Until next time, you guys stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.